Guys, it's a moment for me to hit the meatless, and today I want to talk about how to gain weight on a raw vegan diet. And I'm really excited about this because I, right now, myself, believe it or not, am in the process of gaining weight on a raw vegan diet. So, so I just came back from a little bit of an injury. I told you guys, I think, in the last video, I've been back in the gym for 2 days and I'm eating a little bit more. Um, you know, but I had a little bit of an injury. I didn't get that injury in the gym. I've never really gotten an injury in the gym. It's always been doing other things. Um, but yeah, so let's talk about it, guys. So if you're looking to gain weight, if you want to build muscle, if you just want to get some more meat on your bones on a raw diet, you don't want to be skinny. This is for you, and I'm going to simplify it. Okay, so number one, before I get into that, guys, I do offer one-on-one coaching, and I help people to learn how to build muscle and or lose body fat as quickly as possible. Um, and I do that while making sure that you're on a balanced diet, right? I customize your meal plan. I customize your workout. I hold your hand through it. We have check-ins every week. We have emails back and forth. So all that is is available, guys. And having someone who's with the experience to hold your hand can really help you. But my goal with these is to give you everything you need so that you can get where you need to go with or without me. So let's get into it. So gain weight. There are a few staple foods, but before we get into that, let's talk about calories. Okay, to gain weight, when it comes to calories, you need to be in a caloric surplus. So that's pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. You have to eat more calories than you're burning. However, you don't just want to eat like a ton of calories, right? Because let's say you need 1,000. Nobody needs 1,000. Let's say you need 2,000 calories just to maintain your body weight. Well, if you want to be in a caloric surplus, you want to get about 2,200 calories a day, right? And let's say if you want to gain weight over a long period of time, 200 calorie surplus is not going to work forever. It's only going to work for a certain amount of time. But the reason you want to only go like 200 over is because 300 max, that'd be the max. Um, but the reason why you want to do that is because you don't want to be gaining a bunch of body fat, right? You want to gain actual muscle, but your body does need a little bit of that surplus. Maybe you do want to gain a little bit of body fat, right? If you're really, really, really skinny and you look emaciated or something, then maybe you do want to gain some body fat. So gaining body fat isn't always a bad thing, depending on your specific goals. But for most people, they want to lose body fat. They don't want to gain it. So gaining extra body fat is not necessarily going to be the best, most beneficial thing because then you have to take it off later, and that's not as fun or easy to do as just not putting it on in the first place. So keep that in mind, guys. So you want to be in a caloric surplus, okay? So you have to figure out how many calories you need to be in a caloric surplus. So that's something that you have to figure out, which is it's pretty simple, but there are baselines that you can figure out, right? But basically, a good way to do it is to figure out, track your meals, get a some sort of an app, like MyFitnessPal or Chronometer, something like that, and log in your food for like 3 to 5 days, right? And if your weight stays the same, if your weight's been the same and your weight stays the same, and you're eating, you know, what you would normally eat on any given several days, and your weight stays the same, right? You can track it, and it'll show you your calories each day, so you know that that is your maintenance. If your weight's going down, then you know that that puts you at a deficit. If your weight's going up, you know that that puts you in a surplus. So most likely you're going to stay the same, right? You've probably been staying around the same weight. Most people do. So you're going to put that in there. You're going to get your calories that you've been eating, and you're going to now increase that by 200. Okay, and you're going to obviously you have to be working out. This doesn't work if you're not working out. So you want to be working out in some capacity. And when it comes to working out, that's a whole different video. But you need to be progressing, right, in your training. You can't just be stagnant with your training because the body responds to change. It responds to new demands being placed on it. So you can't just expect to go in the gym week after week and do the same thing and get results. It's not going to happen. Um, so, okay. So you want to be in a surplus. Now, here is where it can get a little bit tricky, right? Because if you're raw, if you're high raw, a lot of the foods don't have that many calories, right? So if you're like, man, I just don't have the appetite. I feel like I'm eating as much as I want to eat or more than I want to eat. And I really don't want to eat any more than I'm eating. These staple foods are going to make the difference for you. So let's get right into them. So number one, bananas. Number two, dates. Number three, coconuts. Number four, avocados. Number five, hemp seeds. Number six, walnuts. Number seven, chia seeds. Um, oh, there's one more. There's one more. I don't remember what it is. I may remember in a little bit. So why am I choosing? Oh, cashews. Cashews. Okay, so those are all the fruits. So why those fruits? Let's start with the fruits. Okay, the bananas, the dates, the coconuts. So fruit is easily digestible. So if you eat plenty of of so okay, here's the thing. If you eat, let's say you eat watermelon, let's say you eat pineapple, let's say you eat grapes, cherries, papaya, berries. All of these fruits are delicious and are really good for you. However, they are not um, high in calories and they're very high in water content. So you get full, your stomach gets full very fast with these foods. And that's an issue because you end up not eating as many calories. So if you're not gaining weight and you're eating these foods that don't hardly have any calories, even if you're eating cooked food, but your cooked food is like chickpeas and, you know, um, brown rice or, whatever, something like that, sweet potato, like those things, you know, it's easier to get calories in that way than like melon, but it's still not high in calories, right? You have to eat a lot of that because it's really high. It's really not high in calories. So you can still find that you're losing weight. Like people hit me up and they're on an alkaline vegan diet and they can't gain weight to save their lives. So, you know, that's another thing there. You got to incorporate these foods that I'm telling you now because these foods are calorically dense. You can get more of them in your stomach, right? Which is going to help you to gain that weight. So, so those fruits, they're easy to eat. They're easily digestible. They're always accessible for the most part, especially bananas and dates, and um, and they're good. They taste good. So there's that, and then we went into avocado. Avocado is another fruit. Avocado is actually a fruit, so I should have included that with the fruits. Self-explanatory. It's not sweet, but it is a fruit. But yeah, so that's self-explanatory. And then we got the nuts and the seeds. So cashews, walnuts. Oh, macadamia nuts. That's one I forgot. And chia seeds. Why did I? Oh, and hemp seeds as well. Why did I choose those specifically? Well, hemp seeds are loaded with protein. 3 tablespoons of hemp seeds has 10 grams of protein. A very good amino acid profile. So it's going to be really good for building muscle. Hemp seeds. You can add them to smoothies. You can put them, you can use them to make a salad dressing. You can put them on top of most things. So super easy to get in. Chia seeds, I recommend either grinding them up in the blender or soaking them for a good while and making like a chia pudding or something like that. Because if you soak them or grind them, you're going to get much more of that omega-3 that you're wanting to get, along with the other nutrients. You'll absorb them much more efficiently. Um, so, so then that's chia seeds. Then we got walnuts. Walnuts are really good for you. I find that they're a pretty easy nut to digest, so you can eat like a decent amount of walnuts and you won't get gassy or low energy or anything like that. Just don't overdo it. And they make really good meat, like walnut meat. It's not meat, but you know what I mean. So that, and then macadamia nuts. Macadamia nuts just taste really good. I really like those, and also very good for you. So the fats in moderation, of course. Um, and those are going to be your foods, guys. So in those fats also have protein, but remember, fruit has protein too. It just doesn't have as much protein, per calorie. Um, and just for a bonus, greens, guys, greens. You should eat lots of greens. Greens have actually a decent amount of protein. A pound of greens has like 20 grams of protein. Um, so, uh, so yeah, greens. And then of course, training is a whole nother issue. But those foods, if you add those foods and make them staples, you're gonna gain some weight if you really give it a try. And cashews, we didn't touch on cashews, but same thing as the rest of the nuts. They're super versatile. Um, but they're actually not a nut. They're actually a legume. And sometimes I find that they give me a little bit of like digestive issues, a little bit. Make sure they're raw, right? If you're trying to be raw, make sure that the nuts you're getting are raw. And that's it, guys. So my email will be down in the description if you guys want to contact me about coaching. And let me know if you guys want to see you on the next one. All right, peace.